Hello everyone, my name is Michael, and this is one of the few speed bumps that I have had so far on my journey to energy independence. So there is a relatively common problem with all cars, which is that the battery can die. Now, this isn't just true with electric cars, but with like all cars, you know, you've got your 12-volt car battery, and if it dies, then you can't start your car. The Bell's Jeep right there has that problem all the time because we don't drive it anymore. But electric cars also use a 12-volt to run some of the lower voltage systems like the windows and the seats and things like that. And if it dies, the way that the car is designed, the rest of the car is bricked. Like, it can't do anything if the 12-volt dies. Now, because Tesla wanted to not have any buttons inside, the only way to access the 12-volt is through the frunk in a really weird way. Like, you have to pull out some wires from the little like recovery point in there, which will then, if you put some voltage through those wires, then it will pop the frunk. So I did eventually get the frunk open, and I have like dismantled the top of like the shroud here to access the 12-volt, because I'm going to replace it myself, because I don't need to ask Tesla to do that and pay Tesla to do that. But one thing that I did learn is that if you buy the battery directly from Tesla, it's actually cheaper. I haven't figured out how much cheaper yet. I looked up just going to buy a battery at AutoZone, like across from my apartment complex. Like, it's like $260 for a battery. And I was fine with that until I looked up and someone like last year paid Tesla for a battery for like $190. So I'm going to figure out what the cost difference is and maybe just do that. But for right now, my car is a brick. The other thing that's interesting and is a relatively common problem from what I'm seeing is that when the 12-volt dies, it can either short out or fry the driver's side door controller thing. So just for example, real quick, when you open the door, the window rolls down slightly because it's a frameless door, right? And this is relatively common. A bunch of cars do this. If you don't have a full frame around the window, then when you open the door, the window rolls down slightly, so the door will open. And then when you close it, it rolls back up. The Bruce, the BMW i3 does that. And so that's not relatively uncommon. The problem is that for whatever reason, right now, this is the driver's side. If I open the door, it unlatched, I could open it. Like, you can see like the movement slightly, but the window did not roll down. And that's bad because that can damage the trim and then cause your window to leak. So I went into the service mode. I tried to do some stuff. I tried the service mode calibration and all of that, but it still wouldn't work. So basically, I can only get in safely for the car through the passenger side door right now and then climb over to the driver's side, which is, you know, not convenient, but that's where we are right now. The service center, of course, is closed on the weekend, and of course it's Saturday right now. This happened Friday morning, and I had to go to work, so I wasn't able to do anything about it then. So I'm basically stuck until Monday, using Bell's car, or I think my parents are going to loan me one of their cars, at least for today. But that's where we are right now. So the first speed bump, I'll keep you updated on the rest of the progress with this, but that's where we are right now. So let's try to get a new battery. So it's a couple days later. The service center is finally open. I'm doing the last kind of finishing touches to take this apart. I have had it plugged in, which kept it alive enough that I could like get inside and turn on the screen and do all that sort of things. So I left it plugged in, so I didn't want to take apart everything else yet. But we're gonna go today to go get the new battery. So I already took everything apart. I just need to pull the battery out now. And then I'm just gonna take it with me to Tesla and see what they charge me for a battery. So I will let you know what Tesla Knoxville charges for a 2021 lead acid battery. I'm not replacing it with a lithium ion one yet. I didn't think about it, and it's too late, and I don't want to wait for it to like ship and everything. I like the idea of replacing it with a lithium ion. For those of you who don't know, they're more expensive, but they're better than lead acid batteries. So they last like twice as long, but they're also pretty expensive. So I'll probably save up and replace it later, the next time I should replace this. But for right now, I'm just gonna go get a battery from Tesla for hopefully cheaper than from like AutoZone or something. That's what I've heard. So let's just pull this thing out. Oh, this is a weird angle. Gotcha. And let's go to Tesla. Okay, so I just got back from the service center, picked up the 12 volt. Interestingly, it is a different brand. Like from the factory, I got the Hankook, and this is the Atlas BX. I don't know what the difference is, but that is just something that I noticed, that it is a different brand. I'm starting to put it back together. AutoZone website. I mean, there's, like I said, there's an AutoZone right across the street. $260 for 12 volt battery. Tesla, $160 for the battery. So I know that you might think that just going to like a parts store is going to be cheaper, but actually go check out Tesla, see what they would charge you, because it was really easy. I just brought in the other one. They handed me the new one, and that was pretty much it. It was pretty easy. So now let's just finish getting this put together, and then we can check to see if the rest of the car is working and recalibrate the windows because they're doing something weird. So let's do it. All right, so we've got the battery on. We've got the HEPA filter module thing back in place. Last thing to do is just snap on the top shroud, which is upside down at the moment, but that's gonna be the last thing. The other problem that I was having when the battery was dead was that these windows would not roll down, but they are rolling down perfectly fine now, which is great. Everything else seems to be fine. So we're just gonna finish putting on the top shroud, and then I have successfully changed the 12 volt in my Tesla, and we can just continue on with this journey to energy independence.